Hello. Uh, Welcome back. It's been a fun day, I'd say. I had a really interesting time at my school today because I had to go like 3 hours later because like they had a testing or something like that. It was interesting. It was really funny. Besides that, I mean, I'm doing all right now, so that's pretty nice to see, I suppose. Here I am. Hello. How you guys doing? Um, Hope you guys are doing good. I literally just said that like 5 seconds ago. That's the funniest thing I've ever done. Anyways, today for the stream, as you guys saw, in the title, it's I'll be showing off game ideas. So now, if you don't know what that means or what I'm talking about at all, this simply my kind of like dream, essentially. My long-term goal in life is to be a video game designer, and of course, I besides being a video game designer, my main goal is to also become like a quote-unquote jack of all trades in that industry. So like I want to be good at not just designing, but like making gameplay, levels, art, anything that you need for video games. I want that, and I want to learn that and know how to kind of make it myself. And in the end, essentially just like kind of do everything solo as how God, I cannot speak today. But like just do everything kind of by myself, um so that I kind of would kind of like know what I'm doing, I guess, because I feel like the best way to make something is to make it yourself in some form of way. It applies to some things, but not really all the time. But at least for my dream, I kind of want to apply that essentially. And right now, of course, the best way to start off anything is to come up with ideas and have a concept on what you're going to do. So today I have a slideshow, showing off all the ideas that I have. So let me pull that up. Let me see if it can get it working. There you go. Like that's kind of works. Kind of. Sorry, let me check something. Give me 1 second. There you go. Oh, wait. Well, where am I? Oh, there I am. Ha ha ha. Sorry, that was very stupid. Anyways, I'm gonna have music playing in the background right now, as you can hear. The music in the bottom it's the bottom left. That's the credit. The person's is on Twitter, so go check them out. They're really cool. They make really good music, and hopefully I can get my own one day. This is probably, I think, if I'm right, this is like free to use. So if it's not, my bad. Um, I checked. I'm pretty sure it's free to use. If not, I am in deep trouble. But besides that, yeah, it's good music. I like it. So we're just gonna have that play in the background while I show off my idea. And before I do that too, I also wanna say something that's kind of, I guess, interesting or scary, I suppose. Or because here's the thing. It just on my background. That's amazing. Okay, so how this is gonna work is that I'm pretty sure I have the ability to draw on it, right? Yeah. Wait, yeah, there you go. Okay, I have the ability to draw on it, and that's gonna be really fun because um because how this is gonna work is that what I did is that I had a live stream a couple days ago where I kind of just drew the basic stuff for my ideas. The issue is that I draw very poorly, so I'm gonna have to use like a pen or a highlighter to show you how this is gonna work, and or like what ideas, and I kind of give more of a visual detail on what I'm gonna talk about. So, well, the drawing's gonna be really garbage, but it gives me kind of a note to kind of like tell you guys what it is essentially. But sometimes it's gonna be like sometimes it may be like really horrible drawing, and I can give you a clear detail on what it is. But other times it can be very detailed, and I would have no clue what I'm looking at. So I might mess up my own idea. I might mess up my own ideas, but this is just for fun, and then maybe later on I might actually make a more detailed one for genuine actual like design showcase, I suppose. But for now, we're just kind of having fun with this, and also I hope you guys would this would also be kind of an interest for you guys too. Like if I once I show you guys these ideas, I hope you guys would also be interested in willing to see production or even play the game whenever they come out. So That's kind of my plan right now. So what is this? What am I? I mean, I already just told you what it is, but you know, it's a presentation. That's first things first, and then of course I already explained that. I showed off. I'm gonna show off all my game ideas, and yeah, and when I show off the gameplay, the game ideas, I'll show both like what gameplay is going to be, because that's the kind of primary focus of a video game. Like what is the gameplay? That's the most important thing ever. So I'm gonna show you that. I'm gonna show you a bit of the lore, just any lore that I have in my head, you know, of the story right now, and then any other stuff, you know, like location, settings, stuff like that. If I have ideas for that, and then, you know, if you're watching and you kind of like them or have anything to talk about, let me know your reactions, and you know, I'd be willing to respond as much as I can. So, anyways, let's get on to the first game. Oh God, I see the image already. I see the image. I'm terrified. Alright, anyways, okay, here. Alright, here we go. Okay, now let me explain. Okay, so this game is alright, so this is going to be a multiplayer game. Alright, this is my first game idea. Multiplayer game, okay? So the objective of this game is that you and your buddies, if you want, multiplayer is probably gonna be optional, but you and your buddies have a goal. And that goal is simply to kind of beat a raid boss, essentially. But you know, of course, that's like the only thing you know the moment you start a match, right? You only know what you have to kill, and during this meantime, your primary objective is to figure out where to find this enemy and then killing it. That's really it. But in that meantime, you also are timed to do such activity, right? So basically, depending on how hard or easy the game, the mission is, time will increase or decrease essentially. And within the timer, we'll just say 30 minutes for now. So within 30 minutes, you have to figure out where this boss is, how to get to it, and like how to kill it essentially. And of course, you do that by going to around like areas and locations in your map, and like, you know, getting information. And also within that time, you will also have the ability to have things like a side quest. All right, and within that side quest or everything, that's like the main objective right now. So you have to go through, basically, yeah, so you have to find, okay, sorry, oh my God, I'm butchering this, sorry. Okay, so basically, multiplayer game. All right, your multiplayer game, once you start it, the only thing you know is that you have to kill a boss. All right, and your main objective just for now is to figure out how to get to the location where the boss is and kill it. Right, X-face. All right, and in order to find it, you will either have to, one, go to various locations in your map or in the location of the area, or two, finish side quests to get information on where it's at. And within that time, you can also do kind of miscellaneous stuff, like obtaining tips or information on any boss weak points or anything special for a special kind of ending, or you know, special kind of like ability to defeat the boss easily. Or you can easily upgrade your weapons through like other side quest stuff to, you know, increase your weapons power to kind of kill the boss faster. Or you can also gain other stuff such as like abilities and other weapons. And of course, once you defeat the boss, you get points based on, you know, all the other statistics you've done. So basically, the objective is kill the boss as fast as you can while doing other stuff to get points. Basically, just like a speed run game. Like basically, yeah, that's kind of the point of the game. It's essentially just going to be a speed running game, and that's really it. So I'm gonna give you an example, which is kind of all of this right now. So let me reset that quickly. So yeah, let me give you an example on how this would work. So basically, you know, for example, the first level I would make for this game is that you and your buddies are adventurers basically, and you are given a task to kill a dragon. Now, the dragon is located inside a cave, but you have no clue where that cave is at, so your main objective is to find this cave. So in order to do that, you would have to go to a villager or any village location in the area and kind of just go in and ask people, you know, if they have any info on the dragon. A lot of times they'll say no, because, you know, they have no clue, they have no reason to do that, but occasionally you will find people who would have some information, and sometimes they will have to make you do some quests. So either those quests are mandatory, or sometimes quests can also just be given from, you know, random reasons, such as getting extra points or extra money to do stuff such as buying weapons and increasing your abilities for your character. And in the meantime, while you're also looking for villages and talking to other people, you can also occasionally gain some tips. And that tips can help defeat the dragon much easier through special ways, such as, like finding a weak spot, or kind of like if they have a personality, the dragon is actually human. Not human, but the dragon is actually like, have a moral standpoint in time, then like, you can probably talk to them and reason with them and then somehow stop the dragon from doing something bad. And of course, while you're doing all of this, you are timed to kind of finish the entire thing. And I actually plan to have 3 difficulties for this. So basically, the first difficulty is of course easy. How this would work is simply you would still be timed, but the moment you would figure out where the cave is and go inside the cave, the timer would just stop / end right there. That's how much, and then you have infinite time to finish it up. And then we have normal mode, where it's kind of the same thing. The only difference is where's my mouse? Oh, right here. Okay, so we have normal, and it's kind of the same thing. The only difference is that instead of stopping, it simply just resets to the original time. So you would kind of just quickly have more time to do it. And of course, we have hard, where basically no matter what you do, no matter what happens, the time will still go down until it reaches 0. And I also forgot to mention that the moment you go inside the cave to fight the boss, you don't fight it right away. Most of the times, I think I'm planning either one, you would actually fight it right away. Actually, let me rephrase that. So when you get to the cave, 2 things will either happen depending on the level. Either 1, you'll just fight the boss right away, or 2, you will have to do some sort of like dungeon crawling minigame, not minigame, but like small area where you do a bit of dungeon crawling and small enemy fighting, and then after that, then you reach the boss. And of course, once you defeat the boss and get everything else, you will be awarded based on what you do and how fast the time is. And I think what I plan to do is kind of like basically everything you do is like just points, like any random amount of points, but the timer, no matter how much time you have left, whatever time you have left will kind of be a multiplier for the points. So basically, you someone do it within like 5 minutes and 25 minutes left. So basically, it's like, and you get like 13,000 points. It times that by 25. That's like a lot. Basically, that's kind of what I'm going for the timing score, stuff like that. So basically, either you get the highest points, or the amount of, or how fast you can win the level. That sounded stupid. Let me phrase that again. So basically, the game is just how fast you can beat the game, or how fast you can beat the boss within a time limit, or how high of an XP you can get, or how high of a point you can get through, finishing the game. So that's kind of an example I have. It's very stupid. I do apologize, but this would be my first level for the game. This adventure beating a dragon, because it's simple. You know what to do. It's kind of the most familiar thing people can have. And yeah, and then I have other plans for other levels. I had 2 other levels I'd plan, and after that I would stop, because that's really it. And then if you're wondering how servers would work, if you're into game design, stuff like that, how servers would work, I don't really know. Honestly, I'm not really familiar with servers, but what I plan to do is I plan to kind of have whoever wants to host it be the primary source for the networking, because I know you can do something like peer-to-peer or like host private games, because when you do that, for some games, I'm pretty sure what they do is like they kind of based it off the host, like the whoever wants to host it, that it depends on that person's Wi-Fi. So I kind of want to do it like that, basically just like have people join that rather than like having a whole server, because that's like very complicated to take care of. And I probably would, if I have to do that, that'd be probably up for like 2 years maximum. So I don't want that to happen. I want people to have fun with it as long as possible. So that is my goal. So that is the first plan of the game, of this game. That's it. We are done. We are now done with this game. I hope you guys enjoy that presentation for the first game. Again, this is very unscripted. This is very horrible. Letting you guys know I'm very poor at talking, so it's going to sound very butchery. Hopefully I can do this again like next year or something like that. But for now, this is my plan for this game. All right. God, the freaking pointer, the pen. Oh my God, I look so lunatic. Lunatic. Okay, I'm done. Alright, game 2. We got game number 2. Alright. Okay, so here's the gameplay of this, because this game actually would have a story. Now, this looks very complicated, and you would be right. So basically how this game would work is it kind of has like a chamber system. The best way I can reference this is I recommend you play a game called Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. Now, for some people, that would either be a good thing or one of the worst ideas ever. So, the reason why I say this is because how this game would work is that you would technically move around and jump, block, stuff like that, like normally, but the way you would attack is based on this chamber system, essentially. So how it would work is that you would have six special things in this chamber. Three of the chambers would be primary attacks. The fourth chamber would be a kind of a passive, something that can either help you or your teammates. And the fifth one has a summon, not summon, but like a friend attack, basically. And then the sixth one will be a special ultimate attack. So that's how it's going to work. Now, I'm going to change this ultimate attack right now in a way, because what we're just going to have is that this would kind of be a meter that would fill up, and then you can't use it until you have that meter filled up, and it would be a ton of damage. But I'm going to change it a little bit to that you can still use this right away, but it can still fill up. So basically it's like you can use it, and while you're using it, it fills up, and once it fills up and you use it again, when it fills up, then it'll unleash like a big super duper damage, but then the normal one would just be a bigger damage essentially, but take a longer time to reload. And while you have all of this, you can also kind of dock 3 of these chambers into here to do like a special attack. So but you can have like two for example, it's like we can get like 2 like knife attacks and a healing attack, and we put them in here. We can do like a special ability where it's like you stab the enemy, and then you kind of like get some health back. So kind of like a succubus or something like that. So that'd be kind of a thing that can only be achieved by like chaining up three chambers essentially. And when you reload, you would also have when you reload, sorry, so let me sorry. Anyways, so when you use one, you cannot use them at all until you do a full reload. We basically just have to reload everything, and it would take a couple seconds, like 1 second to do so. But I kind of want the game to be a tiny bit fast paced, so basically kind of be like a risk to reward type of thing. And the reason why I say that is this: while you can reload, you can also switch to another kind of set of chambers. Alright, and I plan to have at least 3 sets of chambers that you can swap between. So basically when you do that, like, oh, I don't have any more, I can just swap to this one and use all 6 of them, and do the same with that one too. And now and then once you use all of them, you can either do like a full reload or like a regular reload. So basically, like a regular reload, it kind of takes like a second to just reload to only 1 chamber. But if you take a full reload, it probably take 2 to 3 seconds to reload all 3 of the chambers and have all of them refreshed to use. Now, I kind of had an idea where like if you use all of them, somehow use all of them at once. Not all of them at once, but you do waste all of them. When you do a full reload, it automatically does it immediately, so kind of like a way to kind of incentivize the player to not just like use 2 and then never touch them again. Try to just incentivize them to use all of them at the same time, kind of like give them a reward for doing that. Of course that can utterly fail as well. I have no clue. Sorry, excuse me for that, but like, yeah, I have no clue if that can work or not, but like, I kind of want to do something like that where like, I can reward the player for doing something with a full reload, like instantly, so they don't have to worry. But basically, yeah, that's how it works. And the fourth passive is not always a heal. It can be something like, you know, gaining shield or reflecting, something like that. But like, while these are your ways of attacking in the game, how it works is that it'd be kind of like fast paced, you know, like, oh, they're going, like they can run, walk, jump, stuff like that. It's planned to be a 3D game, by the way. I want to make it a 3D game. All my games, I want to make them 3D, but basically, you know, it's like you know, it's like an arena. You can walk around, jump, run, block. That's how it works. But then like when you attack, it's limited to this chamber system, essentially. And of course, you would have health, stuff like that. They're just basically just an RPG, but with this special type of system. Again, I highly recommend playing Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. I'll play that eventually too, to kind of get a reference of what I'm doing. So yeah, and then that's kind of all I have for gameplay right now. But Oh yeah, one more thing. So also why I said for friend attacks to, you know, like do stuff like that, like he when I have the friend, like a support teammate here, they can either do like attack, or they can heal or do something passively. But also I plan later on is that you can actually be able to switch between characters. So when that happens, of course, they would have their own chamber, their own thing like that, like a whole new set for them. And basically that's my plan for that too. So like I hope you guys are interested in that. And then also for ultimate or final attacks, it can, most of the times it can be just a character, but also it can also have the ability to be everybody as well. Like all the party members can group up and do something really cool once you reach the meter or something like that. So that's my plan. That's my current plan for gameplay wise of the game. And now we'll move on to the story. I hope you guys are very excited for this. I've been thinking about this one for a long time. I'm gonna try my best not to spoil anything too much, but you can probably guess what it is in like mere seconds. But yeah, here we go. Oh, this image is gonna be amazing. Alright, so you guys have probably no clue what you're looking at. Alright, so let me start with these three in the middle. Alright, these three are the main primary cast of the game. They are, you know, like they are cool. They are cool. Yeah, they are cool. That's the whole story. Nah. Sorry, but so there are three characters in this primary story, and then basically they're all adventurers trying to just kind of live their life essentially as simple goal, you know, reach the top of the adventure guild, and that's really it. And now, while they all have fun doing that, doing missions and stuff like that to, you know, reach their goals to becoming a high level adventurer, the one here, the middle one here, is primarily important because he has a situation going on himself compared, besides, you know, getting to the Adventurers Guild, besides getting the highest rank. He has another issue going on, and that is that every night, it happened recently though, but like every night after everybody goes to sleep, he would wake up in this weird castle area. Now this is a very poor drawing of a castle. I just drew a door with some pillars, but basically every night he would wake up in this castle, and essentially he would just kind of have to traverse through it, figure out what's going on and why all this is happening, you know? And of course, when he reaches a point, he wakes up and they start a new day, doing their usual adventure stuff. Now the primary location of this game would be kind of this area here. Not just this area, but like kind of like centered around this area. Basically, this is like a tree place, like a tree apartment. That's kind of what the Adventurers Guild built off of. Adventurers Guild are not here, but this is the primary place for adventurers to rest in. It's like a tree, you know, and have that apartment in it, like kind of like a tree house, but like much bigger. And then they also have the ability to, now here's my plan. I don't know, I might change this actually, but like basically there's not other world, but like other main areas in this world that they can either travel through. My plan originally was like they're going to go through portals and stuff like that, like to reach to the other location, but I could probably just change it to like highways or something like that. Not highways, but like, you know, long distance stuff like that. If it sounds more reasonable, I'll figure out which one's which. This one would probably more simpler, but like, you know, I don't know which one's more appealing to people, so I'll figure it out on the way. And then I have no clue what I wrote for why I have the only one I know is probably this one essentially, but basically as the main character is kind of traversing through the castle, we have this little thing following him essentially in the castle. So basically he's not alone as he's journeying through this castle by himself, but eventually this will kind of have a manifestation of itself later on in the second half of the game. And then this one, I have no freaking clue what that is. It could be, I got nothing. Spoon, no, I don't know what that is. And then this one, very evil. I don't want to spoil anything of the story, but I guess why I have this is that like I can kind of give a little hint on what it's about if people care about it. But you guys probably don't, so I don't mind that. But like, who knows? basically that's how it's gonna go. Basically, so if you want me to sum it up, 3 people have a journey to go become the highest ranking person in an Adventurers Guild. The main character has an issue where every night he travels, he gets teleported into a castle, and is forced to kind of traverse down or up. I'm not sure, but traverse through the castle while a weird dark thing is following him. Eventually manifests into something else later on in the second half of the game, and then they live in a kind of treehouse essentially, and they also have abilities to go to other locations to kind of finish off their adventurous journey. And that's technically the main part of the story. That's technically the main story. It's short because I don't really want to make it that long, but it's I do kind of want to make it story focused. I hope you guys are okay with that. But also I might add some challenging stuff too here and there. But essentially that's all the game. That's all the game's going to be. The gameplay and the lore. That's all of it for now. And I will give you one word that will immediately disinterest people. Of kind of a spoiler, main spoiler for the story, but basically I'll just say one word. It's if I say the word, okay, I'm gonna say it as a joke. This is like an inside joke in like a single community that nobody will understand unless they are from that community, unironically. But I'll just say the word. It's le something. I will not say anything else. It's very easy if you are in this community. I'm not gonna say what it is because it's easily spoilery. But yeah, if you are in this YouTuber community and you know what le something means, then you definitely know what's going on. But yeah, essentially that's how it's going to go. And then once if I eventually make this game to a full thing, then I'll explain everything in the near future. But essentially that's it. That's all I have for this one right now. So let's go on to the next game. If I find my mouse right here. Okay, here we go. All right, game number 3. God, this looks even more confusing because there's less of it. Okay, but here we go. Okay. Alright, let me explain. Okay, so how this is going to work is that it's actually going to be 2 versions of the game. Not 2 versions, but this game will play in 2 styles essentially. And the story slash lore will give a easy explanation as to why. So how this game will work is that there will be 2 versions of playing essentially. The first one here is going to be a turn-based battle system essentially, where it kind of like Persona or like Pokemon, not Pokemon. I mean, I would say Persona primarily. It will play kind of like that, turn-based, have elemental weakness, stuff like that. I mean, Pokemon has that too, but it's just a normal anime, normal game that is turn-based. It'd be like that essentially. And yeah, and that's essentially it. But the plot twist is that another section of the game, or another form of gameplay, is a free flow combat, a hack and slash essentially. So it's a turn-based slash hack and slash game. And how this works is that kind of oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna say Persona for this reference. This is a high reference. Persona is a high reference for this game. But essentially how it works, think of it as like Persona, the original Persona 5 and Persona Strikers mixed together as like the same, as like you play both of them at the same time on the same games in a way. That's how I plan to kind of make this game. Alright? And the way how it works is that it would kind of switch between based on the character you're playing as. So that kind of would have an interesting thing to it, I suppose. But like it's like, so the majority of the time is like one character is just stuck on one side of the gameplay, but some characters will have a rare thing where they can kind of switch between them. I will figure out how that works eventually, but for now that's kind of all I have for gameplay. And like this one here is, if you wonder what this one is, it's essentially just the command bar. The same would be for like a turn-based game. It just you would have that, and then do classic stuff as a turn-based would. That's basically it. Essentially just a mix of a turn-based and hack and slash. I'll find a way to figure out how they work between them. That's all I have for that. Now let's go on to the lore of the game. Alright. So alright, this looks really weird. Anyways, okay, so here's how it works. So we have this character here. So this game will actually have 2 protagonists in a way. one of them is essentially kind of isekai into the world of this game. And how it works is that I don't want to give too much info on these characters, but essentially this isekai person is essentially kind of a serial killer. He was kind of like executed for his wrongdoings, his messed up stuff. So, and because of his, murderous and evil actions, he caught attention through, I didn't draw it, but he caught attention to a devil, and essentially they made a deal where if this man here can kind of stop something through any means necessary, then kind of he'll grant him something. I don't know what it is for now, but they kind of basically the devil and this man make a deal, and he gets isekai'd into this world. This is actually the world right here, but they eventually get isekai here and is forced to kind of stop this prophecy from happening. And basically how this prophecy works is that this character here, it's technically like the prophecy of something happening. Basically they are, kind of destined to do something. Actually, no, sorry. They are destined to kind of fulfill a prophecy in a way, but this is the prophecy is that in this world there are 5 elements, kind of have not control, but 5 elements that are just have around the world. It's not really detailed right now, but 5 elements that kind of have around the world, and some people have kind of a rare thing inside of them that kind of is like a center core of an element, essentially. And if someone can obtain all 5 of them and goes to like a center point somewhere, they can kind of get a free wish of whatever they want. And it's basically kind of like a genie, kind of, essentially. If you get all 5, it's like think of it like Dragon Ball, alright? If you get all 5 crystals and you go to the genie, you get a free wish of anything. And right here is kind of the world, essentially. So how it works is that the main story of the game will take place in this middle center, because how the lore, I kind of want the lore to work is that all these 4 areas kind of rejected this middle center, so people who live here cannot ever get out of the middle, essentially. But some people here, they do like to try and explore, see if they can make it out any way, shape, or form. That's kind of the lore for the world right now. So essentially, yeah. And then maybe if I finish the game or make some DLC, I could probably have some info or some like exploration of these worlds, of these other areas that no one's ever been able to see. So until then, that's for now. Just focus on the middle. Basically just kind of like a rejected area, I'd say. Oh yeah, and yeah, sorry. Since this character is destined to kind of fulfill this prophecy in a way, this guy's journey is either one to kill this person before they're able to get it at all, or to collect all 5 of them themselves and make a wish to kind of just stop it from happening, essentially. And that's basically the main purpose of the story. And of course, over time we'll swap between them, and the serial killer here actually plays through like the hack and slash, and the other character here will play the turn-based one, and the turn-based version of the game, and this guy will play the hack and slash version of the game. And that's how it's planned to be, and that's all. That's really all I have to say for it right now. Again, the story's really basic, but I have plans to, of course, improve it for now. But for now, that's all I can share with you guys without sounding it very dumb. Alright, we have game 4. Now this is going to be my final game I'm going to show off. It's because, even though it's like really small games and I should probably have more, I want to like kind of estimate that I would take around 6 years each to complete these games. So that'd be around 24 years of my life focusing on this, and around the age I am right now, I'd be like late 50 to early 60s by the time I'm done with this. So I maybe even 70s. So I don't want to take the risk of like making so much and even never being able to fulfill them. So if I can just make 3 out of 4, that'd be perfect, honestly. So here's game 4, and essentially it is my final game, so I wanted to make it kind of impressive, I guess. Basically how it's going to work is, yeah. So as you can kind of tell, everything kind of has a similarity, or it's like the kind of open roam type of style of games. I kind of want to do the same here, I don't really know how I want it to be. I could probably just have like a normal arena fighter or normal like hacking slash type of game, or like I wanted to make like an amalgamation of everything, but that'd be very difficult, and I'm pretty sure no one would like that. But the primary thing I'm going to have is that the main character of the game will have the ability to kind of pick any weapon they want, and they will be timed in a way that's kind of sad as well. So here's the lore of the game, and I'll explain it right now. So essentially, yeah. So basically, it'll be a type of like free roam type of game where you can pick any weapons to kind of help you in battle of something, and the whole game is kind of based off of a limited time perspective, essentially. So whatever you do, you got to make sure it's worth it, and you don't mess up anything at all. And the reason for that is, kind of sad, I'd say, for now. But essentially, think of like this time feature like Persona. Basically, like you have, you get every day. You live another day and do stuff. Essentially, that's my goal for the game. And yeah, so let me move on to the story, and I'll explain everything. So this is like my final game, kind of, or more kind of recent as well, or my least kind of focus on. So it's very hard for me to explain everything, because I don't have that much details. But basically, the main character here, they are kind of an experiment. They are kind of like someone who was experimented on, and because of that, they are kind of blind, and they also have their life shortened a lot. And essentially, the game, wherever the game takes place, the main character here has exactly 1 year to live. So basically, you have to make sure you do everything you do has to have an impact in some way, shape, or form. That's kind of the main goal for the character. And how the game kind of planned it to work is that, or like I don't have that much lore for the game actually, but like basically, so basically like as you play, you kind of can do like side quests or side stories and stories for helping other people. And one of the main stories, I guess, is like there's a faction going on, like a faction war between something kind of related to the world story. And essentially, the world story is that it's kind of like basically like it's just our normal world. Our normal world. It used to be our normal world. We used to live in a normal society, stuff like that, until one day, like an asteroid or something came in, and within that asteroid, people were able to get like magical powers, like fire shooting and stuff like that. Basically, your normal superhero magical power stuff. But because of that, people kind of started having issues, because some people could use that to their advantage. Some people have never been able to get it. Some people just kind of have been cursed through it. So like in a way, because of that, kind of everything goes downhill, and the world kind of becomes a dystopian, magic-ish kind of world. So it's kind of like a mix of a future dystopian magic fantasy type of world. So like a kind of a mix of everything I like, essentially kind of crushed into one. And essentially the main character here, they kind of like had some magic. That's my lore for them essentially right now, is that they had some sort of magic, but they were experimented on to kind of see if they can get that magic removed, and they were successful, but in return they are blind, and of course have their life shortened by a lot. So because of that, they kind of have to only fight through any means necessary without magic, and that's kind of the gameplay for the main character. So I might have the gameplay like magic based too, and don't mind the vibration, that's just my phone. But anyways, that's all I have for the lore right now, and that's it. That is the end of all my ideas. So yeah, that's it. Sorry if I spoke really fast. I'm not good at presenting stuff at a normal pace. I always do stuff unironically pretty fast, to the point where probably no one have no clue what I'm talking about, and I do apologize for that. But hopefully in the future I can explain it again. Hold up. I'm done. No. I'm back. Anyways, I do apologize for kind of doing this really poorly, but it was kind of fun. I kind of liked it, but essentially this kind of would be a stepping point as to what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do stuff. Tomorrow, I'm going to kind of stream what I'm planning to do, like which game I'm going to do first, how am I going to do it, and everything like that. Just have a game plan set to do everything, essentially. That is my goal. And yeah. And maybe in the future, when I get more bigger, I suppose, or like people start noticing me more, I might redo this again, just so I can get people to know what I'm talking about, and maybe even have extremely more detailed, so yeah, I can probably even give it to publishers or other developers if they won't help me out or something like that. But of course, if I have a feeling that's not really possible because I suck, so because of that, I have a high feeling I'm not be able to. So that's why I want to learn everything, just so I can know that if I ever am unable to have anybody help me out, I can simply make it myself. That's my goal. Don't mind the vibration again. It's just my phone being stupid. But anyways, yeah. Again, I do apologize. This is a really short stream. I thought it was gonna be like an hour or two, but nah, it's been very small. But hey, I talked for a very long time though. That's not bad, I'd say. Sorry, let me get a quick drink. Yeah, I drink very hard. Okay, that sounded really weird. Anyways, yeah. No, that was it. Sorry, I really got nothing else to say. I don't, I didn't have anything planned because that was it. But, I hope you guys let me know what you guys think. And, I hope you guys will be willing to see some of these games come to life. I think after this and after a lot of stuff, I'm definitely gonna write in detail everything about what I want to have in this game and see how I can make it in any way, shape, or form. And I probably will have development streams of all of this going on. But until then, I just have to figure out everything. And I'll be honest, I'm kind of concerned on what to do, and I'm kind of really scared to do it because I feel like I'm going to fail a lot, and I know I am, but like, this is going to be very difficult for me to handle. But yeah, I really hope you guys are willing to stick by and watch all of this unfold, essentially. But until then, I'm just gonna take a small break and relax for today. Yeah, so this is probably gonna be the shortest stream of them all, honestly. But yeah, no, I really got nothing else to say, except I'll probably make this into. Actually, I have a few things I want to say. So I'll definitely make this into a video since it's kind of important that I kind of want to have out to the public. And yeah, no, I'll make this into a video one day, and not just like a short, like a whole YouTube video, edited and everything, so people can actually watch it again in a cool way. And then oh my god, my phone. And then unfortunately, I might plan on taking a small break. This is because I want to kind of do something and to improve this channel a lot. So I'll probably do that eventually, but until then, I'll probably just be streaming, just at least for the whole month of October. See how all this streaming is going, and then, yeah, that's really it. And then, anything else I need to say? I don't think so. I have nothing else planned. But other than that, yeah. Hope you guys are okay with everything that I do. I hope you guys are okay with everything. And I hope you guys are having a good day and a good night, essentially, depending on where you are. And probably gonna head out now, I guess, because I actually have somewhere to be tonight. So until then, I will see you guys some other time, I suppose. So yeah, I hope you guys have a good night, and I will see you guys probably tomorrow to stream my game plan. But I'll be honest, actually, that might be a bit short as well. I really do apologize for that too, but hopefully not. At least I want to be an hour long at least. But until then, who knows? So yeah, see you guys some other time.